Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome back to my channel and to today's video, which is, I guess you could call it a house update, like current projects we're doing in our house, renovation update type video. So if you are a long-time follower of my channel, you may well know that 3 years ago we moved into our current home and we bought it with the intention of renovating it from top to bottom. And every year I do a house tour video. I am planning on doing one this year as well, like 3 years into our renovations. I'm going to film that hopefully in the next couple of weeks, but to be honest, it's just whenever I have a moment to tidy it, with the kids being home and not at school at the moment, it's quite tricky. But hopefully I will film one of them in the next couple of weeks. But I thought I would just film a video talking of some updates that we've recently done and some things that I want to do like really soon to the house. In my house tour video, I will talk more about kind of upcoming sort of projects in the future, but I thought I would just talk mini updates and what I'm sort of doing while I'm in lockdown and things, and just generally have a renovations chat because I really enjoy doing these. So I'm just going to get started. It's going to be really relaxed. I'm just going to walk you through some of the things that we've done recently and kind of ongoing projects that we're doing at the moment. So I really hope you enjoy the video. If you would like to see any more house renovation interior type videos from me, do let me know and leave me a comment below on what type of thing you'd like to see. And I'm just going to get started and show you some of our updates. So first up, one mini project that we have done recently is we painted this wall in our living room. So when we moved in, it had wallpaper on it. I'll see if I can insert photos. So when we first moved in, it had like flowery wallpaper on it, and we got rid of that and we put on a couple of coats of Farrow & Ball's Hague Blue, and I loved it. It was like a really dark kind of navy blue colour. I will insert some video or some photos of that as well. And I did really like it, but I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the way in which we put it on or whether it's Farrow & Ball paint in general, but it had a bit of a sheen to it, so it never looked completely matte. So first of all, I didn't love that. And second of all, it just chipped and it showed every smudge and mark of the kids' fingerprints and stuff. And then also we replaced an old alarm system at the top there, and there was a big sort of gaping hole in the wall that needed filling in. So rather than kind of paint it and top it up with the same colour, I decided to change the colour. So I decided to go for this, which I love. It looks different colours in different lights. So it's a grey green colour, and the colour is Nature's Metropolis by Valspar. And I just really like it because in some lights it can look grey and in some lights it can look more green, especially with a sofa put next to it, it looks more green. And I just really like it. It took us one afternoon and then another coat the next day. And yeah, I just really like that. So that's one little project I've done. I've kept everything else the same. I haven't really changed anything else in here. I did buy that cushion from George at Asda, but other than that, everything is the same. And I just really like it. I might get a couple more sort of greeny accessories and candles and things, but I'm not in any particular huge rush. But yeah, it's just kind of made it feel like a new room almost, which is really silly because it's just a coat of paint, but I really like it and it feels a lot calmer in here. I don't know if you can hear the noise upstairs, but the kids are playing like FIFA or something on John's old PlayStation, so I can just hear like football chants. But I wanted to show you this bit of our house because this is the kind of bit that we're going to be working on the most at the moment. I don't know when. The utility room we're kind of doing at the moment, but everything else is sort of just ongoing really when we get the time. But I thought I would quickly show you. So if you didn't know, last year it started in September last year, we started a big kitchen renovation and it was quite a big job. It carried on until December and we basically kind of changed the layout of the downstairs of our house. So we had a utility room and a kitchen and we knocked through that wall. If you'd like to see, I've got a big playlist because I kind of filmed most weeks, like little update videos. So we basically knocked down the existing utility room and then we converted our garage to make a new utility room and a snug room in order to create a bigger kitchen. And so everything was completed, but we haven't really done anything with the utility room until now, or with the extra room at the front. So I will show you kind of what I'm planning and what we're sort of doing at the moment. So first up, our utility room. It's quite hard to see because it's quite a small room. It doesn't have any windows or natural light, so it's not the best to film with. But basically they fitted it all at the end of last year, and then we've just left it. We haven't really done anything with it. We're so glad we decided to put a utility room in because we use it all the time. It's a fantastic room. We were a little bit worried whether we'd kind of find it useful being in the kind of middle of the house, because obviously normally with a utility room you'd have an outside door, but it doesn't actually bother us. The only thing is with the dog, but we kind of carry him in when he's muddy and then we wash him in the sink. So I want to just make this room a little bit prettier. It's just very basic at the moment. I haven't done anything to it at all but given it a lick of paint. So the reason I want to make it pretty is, I know it sounds really silly, but I just really enjoy it. I really enjoy styling rooms, and just because it's a utility room, I still think I can kind of make the best of it and make it look nice. So I'm not planning on doing loads to it. We've already started tiling. These tiles arrived yesterday and we have no idea what we're doing, but I went for mosaic tiles, which I really like. They were really cheap. We only need a metre here, like a metre squared, and the grout is going to be white. So at the moment they're showing up quite a lot, but when the grout is white, I think they'll sort of look a little bit more subtle. We originally decided to not go for tiles in here, and then we realised that our dog goes for a bath and literally splashes everywhere and splashes mud up. So we definitely need tiles. And I really like these. I got them from Tiles Direct. Like I said, they were really reasonable. They were £2 something a sheet. And I just really like them. They're sort of a gloss chevron mosaic. And currently we're sort of trying to do that, but we've stopped for the moment. So that's hopefully going to look really nice. Then I'm just going to put some pots and maybe the dog's treats and stuff on here and some washing stuff and things. And then I need to sort this sink out. So I bought this sink plug thing from eBay. It was really cheap, and I don't know if you can see, I hand washed something in here and it disappeared. It made all the brass disappear. I left the soap in and it disappeared and made everything chrome. So I do actually have a spare one, which I need to change, but I think I need to get a plumber to come in and do this to make sure I do it properly. So that's something that I need to do in here. And then we also got, which is so handy for washing the dog, we got one of these taps, which is brilliant. But I'll probably do like a proper tour when I finished it. But my plans for in here are nothing particularly exciting. I might put like a gallery wall, like do some prints and stuff on this wall just to make it look nice. And then I think I might do something here, like put some hooks up. It hasn't really got any room for any shelves or anything because it's quite a small room. So you don't really want to sort of restrict yourself in any sort of way. So I think I might put some hooks on to put the dog's lead and stuff on. And other than that, I don't really have a huge great deal of what I want to do in here. I just sort of want to jazz it all up a little bit. Then this room is our snug. So this is the other room that we created when we converted our garage. It's brilliant actually. You would never not know that this wasn't there originally. So we got the same windows and it really does feel like part of the house. At the moment, I don't have any immediate like really soon plans to do anything with this, but we also are just kind of using it as a little bit of a storage room, so we definitely want to do something with it soon. We are probably going to end up having it as some sort of snug room. In years to come, I'm sure we'll definitely use it as like a kind of room for the kids to hang out in. At the moment they have a playroom upstairs, which is technically a playroom and a spare room and also our fourth bedroom, but I'm sure in years to come my girls won't want to share a room anymore, so I'm sure they'll split up. And then this room will be really useful. But at the moment, it's just sort of a bit of a storage area. It's got John's exercise bike in it and the dog's travel crate and the dog's normal crate. So we definitely want to do something with it, but it's not like an immediate rush. Then another thing that I want to do really soon, so this is something that I want to do soon, is do something with this understairs cupboard. So we don't want the dog's crate to stay in that room forever. I'm sure in years to come we won't need a crate, but while he's a puppy, if we go out, he cannot be left to his own devices because we would come back and there would be no house left because he's chewed it up. So what I quite like the idea of is that I've seen on Pinterest people making like dog's beds out of their understairs cupboard. So I quite like the idea of having a space for his crate or his bed in years to come, but then also having some sort of storage or something. So I really want to try and do this. This is probably the next job I want to do. I want to try and get a carpenter to come and kind of give me a quote or something. So the carpenters that fitted our kitchen have said they might be able to do something, but that was back at the end of last year and I haven't really had a chat with them since. It might even be something that we can do on our own. I have no idea, but that's kind of what I want to do with this area. And then in there is our downstairs toilet. That also hasn't been touched, but we have no plans to do that just yet. And then when we've done something to the understairs cupboard, I really want to paint these again. So when we moved in, these were like a very sort of mahogany wood, and we painted them white, but I don't know if you can see in some places, they're really sort of chipping, just obviously where the kids are. So I'd like to paint all these again, but there's no point really until we've done something with the understairs cupboard, because I presume it will chip more. So that's definitely something that I want to do in the near future as well. I don't know whether I'll just paint it white again or whether I might go for a slightly different colour. I quite like the idea of maybe a light grey or something like that, but I'm not 100% sure, but that's definitely something I want to do quite soon as well. And then I also want to give the hallway a bit of a lick of paint. So again, we just painted it white when we moved in and didn't really do anything to it. That's just a picture frame because it's got my kids in their school uniform, which is why I put that down. But I kind of like the idea of maybe doing this a grey colour maybe, and then I'd probably keep the up the stairs white, but again that needs doing. I don't know if you can see there's smudges all up the wall from the kids and stuff, so I would like to paint that again in the future as well, and just generally kind of make this hallway a little bit more sort of homely, because at the moment it's just basically a shell. So I would love to get a rug for here, like a runner rug, and then I would love to get some sort of mirror or something here. So we never used to be able to have a mirror here because we had an alarm box and it was sort of in the middle. I don't know why they put it in the middle, but they put it in the kind of middle of the wall. So now, oh, that's gone out of focus. So now I could easily put like a nice round mirror or something like that there. So this is definitely like a soon project. I would like to kind of start sorting this hallway out and just making it feel a little bit more cozy. There's masking tape all over the floor at the moment because I have finally started to get around to varnishing some of our doors. So we replaced all these doors. This door is one of the old type of doors to our understairs cupboard, and we've replaced all the house with these doors, and they're just one of those things where you need to get around to varnishing them, and we just haven't really had the chance. So upstairs haven't been done at all yet, but downstairs now have finally all had a coat. I've just been coating them in Osmo matte oil, and I give them a couple of coats. So this has only had one, and it's okay. I actually prefer them when they're not varnished, but they need to be varnished, otherwise they show fingerprints and stuff, and it's best to do them sooner rather than later. So for example, I don't know if you can see here on this kitchen door, this has still got all the plastic on. We haven't even taken this off yet, but you can see like kids' fingerprints and stuff. So unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to get those out, but we're going to give each of the doors another couple of coats. So that's why there's masking tape all over the floor. I thought I would give you a couple of garden updates. I will do a proper garden tour when I do my house tour video, but I am doing a couple of updates out here at the moment. So to give you a little bit of background into our garden, when we moved in, it was completely different to this, and we didn't do anything with it until October 2018. And that's when we lay artificial grass. Now, I know artificial grass is a massively acquired taste. Some people really don't like it, but it is just so good with kids. And we have 1, 2, 3 football goals in our garden, so it's just so good for the kids playing football because they're out here all day long. And then from October 2018 onwards, it's just kind of been an ongoing process. So last year, I'll go over there in a minute, we put those raised beds in, and we also put the decking in, and I have been doing a couple of updates out here, so I will quickly show you those now. I've updated this little area a little bit. Basically what happened was we don't have enough space to put our garden furniture away in winter time, and so we had to leave this out. We did get coverings from Amazon and we covered all the furniture, but unfortunately because we had quite a bad winter in terms of wind and things, these had all got a little bit wrecked. And so John and I spent some time a few weeks ago sanding them all down and varnishing them again, and I will insert some footage of us doing it, but it made such a massive difference. So we have kind of sanded all these down and all these edging bits, and then just given them a varnish, and I think they do eventually need another coat of varnish as well, but they look really good, so I'm really pleased with how those turned out. Ideally, in an ideal world, we'd put the furniture away, but we just don't have the space to put it all away, so that's why we put coverings on them. So this year for winter we are going to have to try and be a little bit more careful, but they have come up quite nicely. So other little updates I've done is I've got some succulents. These were actually just from our office, but I also got these 2 from the garden centre, and I think they look quite nice sat there. And then other than that, I don't think anything has changed in this area since last year, I don't think. Quickly, this area. So we laid this decking last year, but I'm now this year trying to make it just a little bit more exciting because it's quite a big bit of decking. All I'm doing is I'm trying to kind of add a couple of pots and plants and just give the garden a little bit of colour. And then another thing, if you see down there, we have got this grate here now. Is it a grate? Is that what you call it? Cage looking thing. Basically that is where Rolo goes to the toilet, which sounds very strange, but because we've got artificial grass, they can wee and poo on the artificial grass, and he does have the odd accident out there. But ideally we're trying to train him to go in this area, and he's really good actually. He doesn't all the time, but often he'll just walk in here and go to the toilet, and then we clean it out every day. So that is why that grate is there. It's a little bit strange, but we've tried to put it out as the way as much as possible, so that's why that's there. And then if I come down here, you can see we still have not painted our fence. So we started this last summer, we've got pretty far, and then we just gave up. So I've still got that to do. So that's an update I'm going to be trying to do at some point over the next couple of weeks. And I also want to paint the gate there as well. And that is it. That is my house updates, what we're currently doing, what we're hoping to do very soon type video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Like I said, I will do a house tour in the next couple of weeks and do a full house tour and show what we've done and stuff, but that's kind of what we're hoping to do at some point soon. So definitely the priorities are the hallway and the utility room. They're kind of the main ones, and then after that maybe our snug. And then after that, who knows, it's just constant. But I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. And if you have any questions about anything to do with our house, let me know below. And I will see you very soon.